So welcome to this event that we organized in the framework of this World International Day of Sustainable Gastronomy. And the plan for the event of today is to talk about some of the initiatives linked to this field of sustainable gastronomy here in Parma, with the City Council and the University working side by side. I'm really pleased to introduce you my first guest. You're going to see a lot of people today participating in this debate for approximately 45 minutes. So to my left, and I guess to your right, you're going to see here Cristiano Casa, who is the council member of the City Municipality of Parma in charge of tourism and trade, and is the one actually backing most of the initiatives that we're going to talk about today. And to my right, that's your left, Professor Francesca Scazzina, who is a colleague at the University of Parma and president of the Master in Food City Design, that is going to be the center of the discussion of today. So I'll now leave the floor to Dr. Cristiano Casa to talk about Parma Creative City of Gastronomy. Parma is a part of the UNESCO network of the cities of gastronomy, and this has been a great achievement. So what can you tell us about this?
Hello, everybody. It's for us, of course, the fact that Parma is a creative city of gastronomy, UNESCO, is a great team project. First of all, because even during the preparation of the candidacy to become a creative city of gastronomy, we joined together, let's say, all the most important private and public actors of the city. Linked to the food system, starting from the university and the municipality, speaking about the Chamber of Commerce, but also about the companies. So we are focusing a lot on our cluster, food cluster. So we speak about pasta, we speak about prosciutto di Parma, we speak about Parmigiano Reggiano, about tomato, about milk, and about all the other products which are very important for our land, which is, let's say, known in the world as the Food Valley. I consider that the 30%, 20% of the Italian turnover made with GI products is made in our city, in the province of Parma. And for us, of course, this is very, very important. So first of all, it's a project joining together all these actors. In second, it is important for us because we had the chance to share experiences with our partner cities in the network of the Creative City of Gastronomies. So today we have with us Denia, Östersund, and Bergen with these cities, but also with other. We join really many experiences also with the university, exchanges of students and other experience with our chefs, for example. And for us, it's a very important project to improve, to exchange, as I said, experiences, because only exchanging these kind of moments, we have the chance to improve and to achieve new targets for our city, for our local operators. So I think that in these 5-6 years, this award for us has been really, really very, very important.
Well, actually, and I agree, because it has brought together many stakeholders in the city, including the university, and I have to thank you for having us involved in the project. And I think it's also been the kind of launch of a fruitful collaboration that will last for many other years. So my second guest is Professor Francesca Scazzina, who is the president of the Master. We have 2 microphones, so there's a switch now. So what can you say about the Master in Food City Design? The council member here already mentioned the 3 cities that have been involved particularly in it, and I guess it's because these 3 cities also have universities. So what can you tell us about it?
Yes, so the 3 cities, so Parma with Denia, Bergen, and Östersund, and their university, thought of a new, maybe feel the need of a new figure, like a food city designer, And this figure is like a manager in food culture, and is going to keep connection about like a small medium enterprise and of the food sector, or municipality and association like touristic association or citizen association, for promoting food quality and food sustainability in the agri-food system. And in the master, we have professors from the 4 universities, so University of Östersund University, Mid-Sweden University, sorry, and Alicante University, like Parma and Bergen. And also we have students from all this city, but also from other cities. For example, we have a student from Porto Viejo, as a city creativity of gastronomy from Ecuador.
Okay, thank you, Francesca. The plan for today is also to introduce you to some of the lecturers that we have at the master. So what we've asked them, also because of the pandemic situation, we couldn't have them all here. And as you heard, we have lecturers and professors coming from pretty much all over Europe. So instead of asking them to come here and join us with all the difficulties of the case, we decided to ask them to record a short video that is about what they did during the their lectures in the master. And we also will have a student of the master that will tell you about her experience. So the first colleague that we have invited to record the small video is Professor Stefano Magagnoli, who is a colleague that whose main interest is about history of traditional foods and food productions. And so I'll leave you now to 3 minutes of a video where Stefano will talk to you about what he did during this master and what he taught the student during his master.
Hello, everybody. My name is Stefano Magagnoli, and I am a historian, specifically a food historian. I am a professor at the University of Parma, where I teach global history and economic history of Europe and European food. This year, in the Master of Food City Design, I tried to make some reflections on food heritage. The title of this year's masterclass was, in fact, Origin and Communication of Food, Myth, Identity, Authenticity, and Marketing between museum and food heritage. The starting point of my reflections was even if we all live in a modern society, society increasingly informed by global connections, and connections which allow us to overcome distances, time zones, borders, and intangible barriers, food origin comes always back to the center of our attention, citizens and as well as consumers. The origin is often presented as an absolute guarantee of quality, as happens in commercial communication and marketing, also thanks to the system of geographical designations. In this conceptual framework, the place of origin is first presented as a synecdoche of the authenticity of food. On the other hand, the myth of origin has become a global phenomenon with an ever greater importance in orienting, routing, and establishing consumers' preferences, even beyond the complete understanding of quality of food. In my masterclass this year, I presented and discussed with students many specific topics, such as geographical origins in history, the process of institutionalization of designations of origin as a law system, up to the question of the museification of food identity and the food heritage as an instrument of economic competition. Talking and reflecting on that, it means also talking and reflecting of sustainability. The current agro-food system won't be longer sustainable in the long run because of its environmental aggressiveness. So we need new ideas, new stimuli, new energies to think different and to conceive a new global food system. For all these reasons, I will be very happy to participate to the second and later edition of the master and discuss with the new scholars of these topics. I have new ideas to propose to discussion. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. I hope you can hear me. I think the audio is now okay. So you see the people around me have changed. It's not Cristiano, Casa, and Francesca Scazzina anymore. Instead, we have Professor Davide Menozzi, who is a colleague at the University of Parma teaching agri-food economy, and Dr. Cecilia Zarbella, who is, as I promised before, one of the students of our master. So the plan is to now first ask Cecilia what her experience in the master has been, and how, well, if she liked the master, if she liked what she learned, and also maybe something about the future, where you're going to go, perhaps even mentioning your potential project at the end of the master.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Cecilia Zarbella, a student of the International Master of Food City Design, and I'm here to tell you something about my experience. What I will say is that I found this master very inspiring for many reasons. During the master, first of all, it was really interesting facing and discussing in an international environment common issues like the importance of sustainability and sustainable approaches to food consumption and production. And we had the possibility to have several testimony from other countries. And in particular, I liked the ones of Maya. She's a young Norwegian farmer that produces food product. And she following the small-scale farming system. And I think it's a virtuous example of how young people are approaching and getting more conscious about the importance of producing local food and, of course, in a sustainable way. Another issue that it was really interesting is that the food production linked to a geographical area and the importance of short food supply chains that have the aim to increase the proximity between the farmers and consumers and strengthen the link between food, people, and territory. And I will have the chance to deepen these issues by carrying out an internship participating at MAB UNESCO Appennino Tosco-Emiliano program that will try to increase, and I will try to increase the connection between agriculture, food production, and tourism and cultural initiatives involving also the population of these territories. And in conclusion, my expectation on this work project are to face new challenges, to promote and enhance the territory of Appennino Tosco-Emiliano, in particular its high quality product, and of course its natural and beautiful landscape. And yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's amazing. And I promise we didn't select a positive students. Like, I think they're all pretty happy about how it went. Well, Cecilia was talking about the link between the city and its surroundings, which is actually pretty much what you taught to the students and what, well, that's your expertise somehow. So what can you tell us about this and about how you can work on the sustainable development of the food supply chain in the proximity of the city, which is actually really the topic, part of the topic of this master?
Yeah, Thank you, Daniele. I'm Davide Menozzi. I'm one of the teachers of the master from the University of Parma. Yes, indeed, the focus of my teaching was about reducing the distance between producers and consumers. As Cecilia said, it has to do, of course, with reducing the geographical distance, but also in particular, increasing the social and the cultural proximity between consumers and producers. So there are several of these short fruit supply chain initiatives around. In particular, of course, the farmers market are among the more well-known worldwide, but still there are several more, in particular considering on-farm selling, including, for instance, pick your own initiatives where consumers can get into the farm and pick up their products and that should be purchased by them, or other off-farm initiatives, for instance, boxes that have been prepared by producers and delivered directly to consumers. But then there are also other kind of consumer-driven approaches, like, for instance, here in Parma, there is a quite large network of ethical purchasing groups. That is a kind of let's say, group of consumers collectively purchasing food and agricultural products from local producers, farmers, and small-scale cooperatives, for instance. So these kind of initiatives basically have several advantages from a sustainability perspective, both from a socioeconomic side, increasing the value added for the producers, which is, of course, very, very important, in particular for small-scale one, but also increasing the communication between producers, farmers, and consumers. In this perspective, they allow to increase also the mutual trust among them. And as well as, of course, they have also several environmental benefits, including the reduction of the miles, the kilometers that have been traveled, with the food traveled, and at the same time increasing biodiversity, increasing and improving the consumption of seasonal food products, in particular fresh, for example, fresh fruit and vegetables, with several advantages, both on the environmental side, but also from a nutritional point of view, I would say. Of course, there are also drawbacks for producers. They need to invest in some equipments. They need to acquire new skills and competencies, as well as for consumers that need to have more competencies, in particular for instance, preparing the food, not processed. So in this case, they need to have this kind of skills. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, it looks like we're preparing people that will actually have a very nice positioning in the market in the future with the competence that is really needed for the task. So before leaving my two guests here, I will introduce another pair of colleagues, in this case from Sweden. They are from Östersund, Mid-Sweden University, as was mentioned before by Francesca. And they've been, perhaps together with us, the most supportive partners for the Master in Food City Design. Their name is Willem Skoglund and Daniel Leven. They're both, again, from Östersund, and they recorded the video that talks about what they did during the master, but also they briefly mentioned the fact that in Sweden, they're now witnessing a strong deindustrialization, which is something that goes somehow, in countercurrent with respect to what we're witnessing all over the world. And this opens up to, very many future perspectives in the field of short food supply chains, for example, and their sustainability. So I'll leave you now to Willem and Daniel, and I hope they're actually also watching this. And then you're going to see another change of scenery here in the very moment you come back.
Hello, everybody, and greetings from the city of Östersund. My name is Daniel Leven, and I'm here today with my colleague.
Hello, everyone. My name is Willem Skoglund, and both me and Daniel, we represent Mid-Sweden University.
And over the last year, we've been working together on the delivery of the pilot year, the first year of the International Master's Program in Food City Design, Ville has been responsible for the program, and together he and I have taught a number of the courses. Maybe you would reflect a little bit on the courses that we taught?
Absolutely, yeah. We've been able to deliver altogether 4 courses this year, from courses on the industrial history of Swedish food, to foodscapes of this region, Jämtland and Härjedalen, to the rapid development of craft beer, as well as the connection to the UNESCO Creative Cities Network and food development in this city and this region.
I think one of the things that we're most proud about our contribution to the program has been the diverse perspectives that we brought to the classroom, and that was in part through a wide variety of instructors that we worked with to deliver the classes.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate to be able to offer input from international experts, as well as to get perspectives from regional level, like from Sápmi and similar. Yes.
And of course, one of the dominant themes, both in our research on this topic, but also throughout many of the classes, has been the role of the cultural and creative industries in general, and gastronomy in particular, in promoting the UN Sustainable Development Goals and the topic of sustainability.
Yes, I think we're all the way from the United Nations down to national, regional, local level. It's stressed that food systems is essential for the development of a sustainable future. Yeah.
And of course, we both feel like, or at least I know I feel like, that this was one of the most innovative and exciting educational experiences that I've been a part of. And you and I have talked a lot about this, and I think we're both very, very pleased to be able to help support the development of the second year of this next year.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to continuing this and developing new research and input into next year's version of this educational program. Yes.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without Östersund's membership in the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. We also want to thank the other member cities and, of course, the program host, the University of Parma and the City of Parma, for all of their contributions to this.
Yeah, it was actually here at the 2016, here in Östersund, at the 2016 annual summit that the University of Parma, Mid-Sweden University, University of Bergen, and the University of Alicante started discussing this program. So, that was the beginning of this.
Yeah, and what a great outcome from our membership in the network, and what a great way to celebrate Sustainable Gastronomy Day.
I'm sorry, you couldn't hear me, but I was already speaking. So welcome back after the video. You recognize here on my right Francesca Scazzina, Professor of Human Nutrition at the University of Parma. I've introduced her before. She's the president of the master, and she's also very interested in the concept of food sustainability. So my question to you, Francesca, before the next video is, what can you tell us in a few minutes about how food sustainability has been taught or is being taught in this master?
So sustainability is maybe one of the main. Sorry. Okay. So sustainability is one of the main pillars in the Master Food City Design, and we provide many best practice to students during lectures about sustainability, from many point of view, like economic point of view, environmental point of view, nutritional point of view, but also social point of view, and also provide student to prepare student to program like project related to food sustainability. And so, for example, the next video will be from Professor Jutta Dirker and from a University of Bergen, and she's promoting like sustainable fishing in Bergen. It's like an example of sustainability for local product.
Hello, my name is Jutta Dirkes and I am from the University of Bergen, from the Center for Nutrition. I taught in the Food City Design Masterclass on the health effects of fish and seafood consumption. However, we do not only take into account the health effects, but also the sustainability of fish consumption, as fish stocks are, on a worldwide perspective, under pressure due to pollution, ocean warming, overfishing, and the climate crisis. It was a great experience to teach in the Food City Design Masterclass, and I am very happy that this masterclass is also to be continued next year. Also, this masterclass was organized by the UNESCO network of creative cities of gastronomy, where Bergen is also a member city. So it was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to continue this collaboration.
So, again, a change of scenery. Here on my left, now Professor Filippo Arfini appeared, is a colleague at the University of Parma, full professor of agri-food economy. And beside being a lecturer in this master, has also been involved in many projects linked to food sustainability, and in particular in one where we've all been involved, and I actually have to thank him for involving us, called Strength of Food. Among the many things he does, he's also interested in trying to identify and evaluate the sustainability of food production, in particular for the traditional products, the product with a geographical origin. So what can you tell us about this particular sector of food production in terms of sustainability?
I mean, they are the clear example of sustainability. If you think at the most famous Italian cheese and probably in the world, Parmigiano Reggiano from Parma, is almost 800 years that is the people produce and eat this cheese. So these products are sustainable by definition. Science, they use local variety, local breed, and they use the human being and the intellectual capacity of the people to produce and consume these products in a sustainable way.
Thank you, Filippo. That's exactly what we needed. I'll now pass again the floor to Francesca, and the question for Francesca is instead about the future of the master. So can you tell us something about the next edition? Is there going to be a next edition of the master?
Yes, I am glad to announce we have a next edition next year. Maybe the Master of City Design will start in January to December, thanks to the Regione Emilia-Romagna grant. And maybe I think from the end of September, all the deadline and information will be uploaded on the website of University of Parma, Master Food City and Design. And but we are also planning of a new implemented edition starting from the 2023.
Okay, thank you. And now I have to kind of conclude this brief discussion about the master with the acknowledgement and some information about the immediate future. So the plan is all our 20 students in the master are gonna now undergo project work. You heard Cecilia talking about her project work. This is gonna happen from now to mid-autumn, late autumn, and then the plan is to call them all together and ask them to present the project work in a Guys, I've been told that I was mute, so I think I spoke for like 2 minutes and nobody was listening. Is it okay now? Okay, so I was saying that, okay, so I hope you could hear what Francesca said, and I was saying that the plan is to now close this event with a short acknowledgement of all the people that were involved in the master, in the activities, but also to tell you a bit about what the future is bringing us. And in particular, the final activity of all the master students, you've heard there are 20 students, they will all be involved in what we call project works. So they're going to be in the field doing things, and carrying out activities that are linked to what they with what they learned. You've heard Cecilia just a few minutes ago speaking about her project work, which will start very soon and will be carried out until late autumn. Then we will all bring the students together in one big event on December the 2nd that will be hopefully also broadcasted like we're doing with this short presentation. And they will all talk about what they did during their project works, which will be strongly connected with what they learned and with the concept of food city design and food sustainability. After this, because the master was also supported by the Creative Cities of Gastronomy Network and by the municipality, we will organize on December the 3rd a UNESCO event, which will bring to Parma most of the colleagues that you've met and heard about during this presentation from the cities of gastronomy that were connected and collaborating with us during the master. So Östersund, Bergen, and Denia, but also from other cities that are linked with the network of the Creative Cities of Gastronomy. So 2nd and 3rd of December, it's going to be the final act of this master. And if the pandemics allow it and you're around, maybe you will be able to follow the event live. Otherwise, we will find a way to broadcast it and make it available even in asynchronous, so you're going to be able to watch it whenever you want. And then finally, I have to thank a lot of people. I always thank all the people involved in the activities we do, because I think they deserve it. So I have a list here. First of all, I would like to thank all my guests today, the ones that are sitting here beside me, but also the other ones that were sitting beside me until a few minutes ago. So Francesca, Filippo, Davide, Cecilia, the student of the master, and the councilman, Cristiano, Casa. And also I have to thank everybody that is just, behind the curtain or behind the camera, like Giorgio Zinno, who is the tutor of the master, who very kindly coordinated all this activity, and is actually also coordinating all the lecturers. And without him, we wouldn't really be able to run the master, I think. And also all the students is like placing them here and there and responding to all their requests. Also, Carlotta Beghi, who is in charge for the City Council of the network of the Creative Cities of Gastronomy, who is also always working with us, and Dr. Gabriele Agnetti, who is now acting as the director of this event and is the one who always pushing us for this common initiatives. And finally, to all the people and all the lecturers of the masters, the kind colleagues that recorded their video from the other side of Europe, and to the staff of the School of Advanced Studies on Food and Nutrition, who is the institution within the University of Parma, who is supporting and organizing the masters and all the activities linked to the sustainability of food production, which is funded, I have to acknowledge this, by the Emilia-Romagna region, who is supporting the university a lot, and in particular these projects on food sustainability. And we need to thank them, because again, without this funding, we wouldn't have been able to run the masters and all the activities. So I think that's it, and I think this should have maybe lasted a little longer than this, but on the internet, more than 35-40 minutes, you're gonna get bored. So I think you will have the opportunity to watch this video if you are not connected in streaming to watch this video, which doesn't make any sense, because of course, if you're hearing me, it means that you're watching it. So thank you, and I hope the next time we meet, it's going to be live in Parma, physically present, with all the worrying about the pandemics just put away. Bye. Bye.